All right. Hi, Sagittarius. Happy Halloween. Ooh, already have some cards flying out. All right. Happy Halloween. Boy, do I have exciting news for you guys. I started a Fiverr account. So, oh, dropped the Queen of Swords. So, if you've been interested in getting a personal reading, now you can. All the links will be in the description. And the deck that I'm using today is called the Deviant Moon Tarot by Patrick Valenza, I should say. Oh. I'm gonna go ahead and take that Nine of Cups right side up. I'm tempted to put these right side up since they both together came up in reverse. I'm going to go ahead and keep them that way, but I'm also going to read them as if they were reversed as well. Just because I feel as if that's going to apply for some of you guys out there. Like, I feel that there's a group of Sagittarians out there that have Tower in reversed as well as the 5 reversed, and then there's another group that have the Tower and the 5 upright. Okay. Okay, so you guys are going to have a bit of a longer reading today. See if I can turn this glare a little bit. And you can like still see the... Okay, let's do that. Perfect. Making it work, you guys. So, your overall energy is the Two of Wands. So the Two of Wands to me is always like a part 2 of a 3-step process. Sorry, you guys, there's a police car driving by or an ambulance. I don't know if you could hear that. But the Two of Wands is the second step in the 3-step sort of planning process. Whereas the Ace of Wands would be like taking in new information and observing the situation and seeing what you can do. The Two of Wands is making your plan versus the Three of Wands, which is already having made your plan and now you're waiting on to see what the results are. But as I was saying, right now I feel like you guys are concocting some kind of a plan. I feel like you guys are thinking and sort of strategizing and seeing how deep you can dig this rabbit hole. And it's really interesting to me because I see the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, as well as the Hierophant. So whenever you see the King and Queen of the same suit, that's always sort of soulmate energy. And to see the Hierophant there really tells me that a lot of you could be getting married, or a lot of you may have just recently gotten married. Especially with this Nine of Cups. Because the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. So if your wish was to be married, or if you're still wishing to be married, now is a great time to go find a partner who might want to get married in the long term, or go and maybe propose to your partner. I think this is a good time for that. I'm also seeing the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands, right? So in the love sphere, Page of Pentacles talks about a more stable, slower start, but it's just that. It's a slower start, but the benefit is that it's a lot more stable. Whereas the Knight of Wands is coming in very assured of themselves, but they bring in passion. So, normally when it's just the Knight of Wands, there's the concern that it might not have the staying power, but the fact that you have the Page of Pentacles here tells me that there's a lot more stability to it than maybe normally, especially since you have both the King and the Queen of Swords, as well as the Nine of Cups. And it's really interesting because you got the Seven of Swords, and I've heard some people call the Seven of Swords the lying, cheating, stealing card. And I think that might, concern a lot of you guys, especially since we're talking about love, the cheating. But with the Three of Cups, the Three of Cups talks about reunions, but it can also talk about third-party situations. But the important thing to note is that it's in reverse. So that tells me that there isn't three people involved here. There's something that they're not telling you, but I don't know what it is. And it could be that they're withholding some kind of information from you because of some kind of argument, because I see this Five of Swords. And like I was saying earlier, the Five of Swords was in reverse. So I'm thinking that for some of you, you were in an argument with the other person and you won because you were right and you were just. So now they're coming forward to you trying to sort of amend the situation, and that's what they're not telling you. They're not telling you that you were right and that they're thinking about fixing the situation somehow. For others of you that had the Five of Swords in reverse, I'm definitely getting that you could have been the one that lost the argument, and now you're trying to smooth things over. And the fact that you're trying to smooth things over with the Seven of Swords tells me that you're not exactly telling them, and as a result, nothing is really getting moved. But I don't think it's a huge argument to where it's like, oh, we need to call the divorce attorneys or whatever. It was just a small disagreement, I feel. And then going back to the Two of Wands, I feel like there was a small disagreement here, and now you're just trying to smooth things over. I feel like you're trying to find some kind of common ground, that kind of an energy. With the Three of Wands, with the Empress and the Ten of Wands, I combined the three of the Empress and the Wands of the Ten of Wands together in my head. But I'm feeling that whoever it was that made the mistake and sort of started the argument and was then proven wrong or whatever, sees the other person as the Empress, right? And that's regardless of gender. So if you're a man, they're sort of seeing you as the Emperor, whereas if you're a woman, then they're seeing you as the Empress. So they obviously want to come back and sort of say, hey, I'm sorry, you're my Empress, we shouldn't be fighting, I want to be your Emperor, let's try to work this out, right? Or whatever it is that they come and say to you. But with this Tower, I see that, for those of you that had it upright, I'm definitely feeling that you're sort of revolutionizing a little bit of your life. Maybe this argument, even though it wasn't a huge big deal, has to do with some patterns in your life that might not be the healthiest for you. So that's why you're getting this Tower card, in the sense that you're sort of removing these patterns from your life and trying to, start over and being look, I acknowledge that I do these things, I say these things, and I don't want it to be, I don't want it to have a negative impact on our relationship, right? And that's good. I think that's really good. For those of you who have it in reverse, I feel like it might be to the thing where you didn't like the outcome of this sort of quarrel, of this conflict, I should say, and you're sort of refusing to let the change come in. But the change is going to come in regardless of what your opinion is on it or whatever. So I just think that try to be as aware of your mechanisms as you can. And if you put as much work forward, I think that you'll be able to do it. It's all a matter of being able to acknowledge how much part you have in this. So definitely, like, I guess my biggest advice to you is be aware of the impact that you have on other people and the impact that other people have on you. So if you know that you're right and that they should be the ones that need to apologize or whatever, then, if you feel the need to tell them, do it. But if you know that you overstepped your boundaries and you could have been nicer and you could have worked on the conflict or whatever, then maybe it's best for you to come forward and apologize instead of waiting for them to come and tell you, hey, you need to apologize. But I'm seeing that whatever it is, like, at the end of the day, they're your queen and you're their king, or the other way around, they're your king and you're their queen. So you're going to get through it. It's just a matter of getting everything that needs to be done in order. But that was your reading for this week, Sagittarius. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like or a comment. It really helps out the channel, and I personally really like to see if the readings resonate for you or not. And if you'd like to see more, please subscribe and tune in next Monday, because that's when I upload my readings. But I hope to see you guys next week for your next reading.